Okay, so funk music. Funk music, can be anything from James Brown to, Parliament Funkadelic, or, Herbie Hancock, the funk stuff he did. Okay, so simple funk music. Very, very simple. A lot of these times the band leader will give you these songs so you'll know these grooves just by listening to the songs, But again, this is just for me to give you basic style essentials so you can do a successful wedding gig. So, alright, so I'm going to stay safe and give you a couple of standard funk grooves, okay? So, going back to the simple backbeat. Usually a lot of times in funk music, the drummer will play 16th notes on the hi-hat. So instead of 8th notes, it'll be 16th notes. So it'll sound like this. You've probably heard that in some Barry Manilow tunes or Barry White. And a lot of times the bass drum will change up a lot to make it a little more funkier, so the bass drum will be a little more syncopated. Stuff like that. But again, you can keep it simple like I was just doing before. So that's another funk thing to do, right? You can keep the bass drum on 1 and 3 and snare drum on 2 and 4 while playing the 16th notes on the hi-hat. And by the way, all these things that I'm showing you is how I start my students out, okay? Because again, groove is the most important thing. Fills are secondary, okay? Fills, can be as simple as in a wedding gig, you're not going to do all your cool licks. People want to dance, and that's the whole idea of a drummer. Is a drummer supposed to make people dance? That's the whole idea of a drummer, okay? Now if you're playing, like contemporary jazz where it's all fusioned out, yeah, then you put some stamp on it because it's a different style of music. That's contemporary jazz, very Miles Davis, Tony Williams type stuff. But that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is simple, groove-oriented wedding music, right? There's a time and place for everything. So right now, in wedding music, groove is the most important thing. Okay, so the next funk groove, most likely in a wedding, you're going to play some James Brown. Most likely. Sometimes, maybe not. But a lot of times you will. So, I don't know if you guys ever heard of the funky drummer, Clyde Stubblefield, but I'm going to do a variation of one of his grooves, Sex Machine. I'm pretty sure that's the name of the song. One of my band leaders, he's always titling it different, and I always have to go look it up to see if it's the actual title. But again, anyway, so the variation of this groove is, you've heard that, get up, get on up, get up, get on up. Stay on the scene, that one, okay. Here's a variation of that groove. It's basically the bass drum is on beats 1 and the end of 3, and snare drum on 2 and 4, and I'm going to play some ghost notes in between beats 2 and 4 with the snare drum, okay. And my hi-hat stays the same with 8th notes, but I also play a slur on the bass drum on the end of 3. So this is what it sounds like. Okay, so that's a very simple way to play funk music. right? That's a very, very simple example. Now, if you're having trouble playing the intricacies of that groove, because there is some intricacies that's can be very difficult, you can still get away with just playing a regular backbeat. Get up, get on up, stay on the scene, right? You can do that. So it doesn't necessarily have to be the same exact groove. It could be a variation thereof. As long as you got the feel, and that's the whole thing of this, is if you have the feel, you're fine. Okay, let's get that straight. Okay, so that's very important. Okay, so that's all I got on the funk stuff. So talk to you next time.